And so who are they trying, thinking they're texting on a text? Remember, this is a person. That's who they're texting, my ex's babies.
Melody Shari had rebuilt her life piece by piece. The betrayal from Martell Holt had nearly destroyed her publicly, emotionally, and spiritually. But she rose again. Fans watched as she turned heartbreak into power, pain into purpose. Just when it seemed she had finally found peace and surrounded herself with people she could trust, another wound appeared, this time deeper than before. But it didn't come from a cheating husband. It came from someone she once called her sister. Stormi Steele. At first, their friendship seemed unbreakable. Melody and Stormi were the ultimate duo, strong, ambitious, and loyal women standing side by side in the competitive world of love and marriage, Huntsville. Stormi brought a refreshing energy to the show, confident, kind, and full of good vibes. She hyped Melody up, defended her against critics, and stood by her side when the divorce chaos hit. Fans adored their bond. It felt real rare, even until at WASN. It all started with an old phone that once belonged to Martell. Melody had given it to her son to play with, never expecting to find anything inside. But one night, curiosity got the better of her. As she scrolled through old messages, her heart froze. There were text exchanges not between Martell and another woman, but between someone close to Melody and Arione Curry, the woman who had destroyed her marriage. The tone of the messages wasn't hateful or defensive. They were casual, even friendly. One message read, "Asterisk girl." My jaw dropped from that episode. She always acts like she's above you. The number had a Mississippi area code, and Stormi was from Mississippi. Melody tried to shake it off, convincing herself it was a coincidence. But her gut told her otherwise. Stormi's energy had shifted lately, distant, awkward, hesitant, whenever Martell's name came up. Melody decided she needed proof, so she came up with a plan. She began pretending to be Arione whenever the mysterious number texted, responding as if she were the mistress herself. What followed made her stomach drop. The person on the other end mocked Melody, sided with Destiny Payton's accusations, and used the same slang and tone Stormi always did. Finally, Melody called the number. The voice that answered was unmistakable, Stormi Steele. Melody recorded the call, her heart pounding. This wasn't gossip anymore. It was betrayal. Her best friend, the woman who had cried with her on camera and preached loyalty, had been chatting with this same woman who tore her life apart. Melody stayed silent at first, collecting every message, every audio clip. But when she finally exposed it, the internet exploded. Fans were shocked. Stormi, once seen as Melody's rock, was now the villain. "She's worse than Arione," one comment read. At least Arione never pretended to be loyal. Stormi denied everything, but the damage was done. The narrative had shifted. Melody was no longer the heartbroken ex-wife. She was the betrayed warrior. Social media turned into a battlefield. Team Melody flooded Stormi's page with snake emojis, while a smaller group defended Stormi, saying Melody had gone too far. Behind the scenes, Melody withdrew from the cast entirely. She trusted no one, saving every text, screenshot, and timestamp-like evidence. Meanwhile, Stormi went live in tears, saying, "I've always been loyal, but loyalty goes both ways." Fans picked apart every blink and sigh, turning her apology into a courtroom trial. Then came the whispers that Stormi and Martell's friendship crossed a line. Alleged screenshots surfaced of late-night texts with flirty undertones. Martell didn't deny it either. When asked, he smirked and said, "People love to assume things. I'll just say everyone's grown." That one comment sent fans into a frenzy. By the time the reunion rolled around, tension was sky high. The set glittered under the lights, but the air was thick with drama. Stormi sat first, composed but tense. Melody entered last, wearing a deep red gown that radiated power and vengeance. The host didn't waste a second. "Melody, let's talk about betrayal, broken trust, and rumors of an affair. What do you have to say?" The room fell silent. Melody leaned forward, calm but sharp. "I brought someone into my world, into my home, into my heart, and she chose to align with the same people who tried to destroy me." The crowd gasped. Stormi shook her head. I never did that, she shot back. You built a fantasy in your head and made me the villain because you needed a storyline. Melody smirked. History writes itself, baby. Behind them, producers projected text messages and audio clips on a big screen. The voice, the tone, the timing all sounded like Stormi. Her composure cracked. You edited those? This is fake, she shouted. Melody fired back, then explained the voice notes. Explain why Arione told me you reached out to her. Chaos erupted. Castmates covered their mouths, and the host tried to calm them down, but it was too late. Stormi stood furious. You just want ratings, Melody. You love being the victim. Melody didn't flinch. I don't need to be the victim, sweetheart. I'm proof karma's real. The audience gasped as Stormi stormed off stage, muttering, I'm suing every one of you, before disappearing backstage. Melody sat quietly, eyes glistening. You know what hurts? She whispered. It's not losing a friend. It's realizing the friendship was never real. The audience broke into applause. That moment became the emotional centerpiece of the entire reunion. After the reunion aired, the internet erupted all over again. Clips went viral. Melody trended for days under hashtag Melody Wins. While hashtag STORMI Speaks surfaced when Stormi posted a statement blaming production and promising legal action. But the damage was already done. Her brand partnerships fell apart. Collaborations paused, and her once thriving business faced backlash. Meanwhile, Melody's image soared. She booked speaking gigs, interviews, and new endorsements, solidifying her as the Phoenix of Huntsville. But fame doesn't erase scars. Those close to her said she'd grown colder, more guarded, always wondering who might betray her next. She's strong, one insider said, but she doesn't trust anyone anymore. Stormi vanished from the spotlight for months. Then, one day, she returned with a single haunting Instagram story that read, asterisk sometimes. Loyalty kills faster than hate. And just like that, both women became legends, not for their success, but for the war that defined them. To queens forever linked by betrayal, bound by a wound neither would ever let heal. Perfect. You're clearly setting this up as a reviews and recaps narration piece. So let's continue from exactly where you left off, keeping your storytelling voice while switching it naturally into that engaging YouTube tone, smooth pacing, emotion cues, and little asides to the audience to keep them hooked. Here's the continuation in that YouTube narration style. And y'all, when I tell you the internet did not calm down after that reunion, it was chaos. Every blog, every podcast, every reaction channel had something to say. Twitter, or should I say X, was on fire. Team Melody came out swinging with hashtag Melody Wins, and honestly, it wasn't even close. The way she handled herself, calm, composed. Cutting with words sharper than a knife, it was giving main character energy. But then came Stormi's side of the